Hello and welcome to May 21st of Ikkura Challenge. Let's just jump straight into it. I'm wearing a red shirt. Do I go first today or you go first today?
You go first today. I went first yesterday.
All right. Uh, so it's interesting. I've never had such a across the board everything go red. So I was at 7-8 previously.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Let me just say I think that I might be at just over 6 or under 6.
Wow. Okay. That's a huge pullback.
Huge
Huge.
pullback. What is 1,000 over a 7? Like 1 divided by 7. It's about
13%.
Yeah, something like that. Easily, I think I could have dropped 13% yesterday. So let's see.
Okay.
Wow, not as bad as I thought.
Are you in the 6K range or still above? Really? What's your value and what's your net worth?
718.
That's not too bad, considering you thought it was going to be atrocious.
Yeah, I don't know how. Well, look, I lost quite a bit, right? It's almost like 10%. I
Yeah.
guess, yeah, everything went down, but everything didn't go down by that much.
Wow. Okay. Did you make any moves yesterday?
None.
No.
I saw things. Um, I was gonna make a funny joke today that I know how to make sure that you always have enough cash in your account by just dropping your total portfolio value. Then you always maintain the minimum percentage.
There you go.
There you go, man.
Can you send me your screenshot? I'd love to see it. So you actually gained a bit on your SPY. That
I
helped
put
out a bit.
yeah.
But then your Zoom went down and JD went down pretty hard. When are you going to sell that?
I'll tell you what's really interesting. I'm trying to when you make mistakes, you try to draw conclusions from it.
Yeah.
Now, did I do anything wrong? I don't know, right? Like, I sold my Facebook calls too early.
Yeah.
So I decided this time I'm going to hold on my JD calls and not sell them quickly. And I didn't sell them early enough.
Right.
So it's like, I think that it's very dangerous sometimes when you have consistent gains and stuff. You start attributing it to some type of skill. You just don't know.
Yeah.
And I was just writing about this morning because I was trying to rationalize what the hell's going on. And I think that's only one thing I know for sure, which is that in the long run, stocks go up. That's all I know for a fact. And so I'm okay. If stuff like this happens, that's why I buy these calls with pretty far expiries.
Right.
It's not going to make for a very exciting daily entertainment, but I would feel much more worried holding on to SPY puts really far out, hoping that it would drop.
Yeah.
Than calls. So I don't have too much to say except that this is what happens when you create a portfolio of options that are pretty bullish and
Right.
you have a bad day. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Funny thing I just have to talk about. Two big incredible moves that I've done. Incredibly, in hindsight, really dumb, but at the time I don't know why I don't think it's dumb. Is remember when I bought Zoom and it crashed immediately?
Yeah.
And I bought I'm buying Virgin Galactic calls just as Richard Branson's trying to sell a lot of his Virgin Galactic to save Virgin Atlantic.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, because
Yeah.
the airline is completely going under, right?
Right. So for whatever reason, I read that news 2 days ago. I figured that okay, it's gonna happen. I figured like when the news was announced, it would have like dropped.
Yeah.
But like, the drop is like 2 days lag or whatever, and then it happened. So if I'd waited 2 days, I mean, I'm still bullish on space, and I wish I'd waited 2 days, to buy this. But for some reason, I just like couldn't wait, and I don't know whether it's something I'll ever be able to do. I don't know whether I'll ever be able to like hold lots of cash in my trading account, because I think that the FOMO, the pain from not riding like the movement of the market, the potential upswing will always overpower any type of prudence that I can exercise. So I will always try to keep a bare minimum of cash, like 10%, and just be invested one way or the other. I think that's it's just fact. I don't think I'll be able to be very prude with this challenge.
Well, that's fair. I mean,
my weaknesses.
For this challenge, I think that's appropriate for maybe a long-term investment strategy. Actually, having cash when the market falls or when there's like a really great opportunity, like you just wait for the opportunity, and you can wait for years just holding cash. And then something happens, and then you have the ability to enter into that opportunity where you might not otherwise. Of course, then you might lose the opportunity as well. You might not see it. So that's when it comes to this challenge, it's like all or nothing in a way.
Yeah. Over to you, Z. I've done a lot of talking.
Okay, I made a ton of moves yesterday. Sold a whole bunch of things, bought a few things. I don't even remember all of them right now. But knowing some of the things I bought, so I bought like a SPY call, and I sold, but I bought, I think, at a good time. I also sold my BABA put at a reasonably good time, not the perfect time, but pretty good for nice gains. So I think I'm up slightly from yesterday at the $900 mark. So let's see. I am not. Oh my God, that was such like a tease. Robinhood like reopened to the last value, which was right before close, which was 937. But no, at close, I dropped to 859.
Oh,
that's so cruel. So let me screenshot this over to you. Oh. So I had a very nice gain in the morning. I was above 1,000 as I started to move things around. So I'm not too bad. I'm down 1% from yesterday. But you can see I rocketed up. I sold a whole bunch of things. I bought a whole bunch of things. That had my portfolio in the 950s most of the day. And then at the end of market day, dropped straight down into the 850s again.
Yeah.
So you can see the moves I made. I sold this Disney put because Disney was skyrocketing up. I think I made a mistake here because it came back down, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I'm going to look at the 5-minute charts of Disney yesterday and just see where it went. Not too bad. It ended up at 117. No, I guess not. It didn't move around much. It was down at 116 yesterday at some point, but never really enough for me to earn much money. So I sold it because the expiration's coming up. And then I tried to sell this BABA put several times, trying to get the price I wanted. So I first tried to sell for 272, and then I tried to sell for 267, and it kept dropping at that time. So I was just like, screw it, market price, because it was dropping like a rock. And I got it for 253, which was a pretty good gain for me. Like overall, let me try and find what I bought it for. I bought it for 105. So
Yeah, that's healthy. That's
the-
very respectable.
yeah, so that one really good gain, like 150% gain. I sold this Wells Fargo put because it's not going to be worth enough. It's not close enough to in the money, and Theta will decay it too much before next week. And yeah, sold all the SPXS because the market's going up. But I did buy this SPY 296 call for 240. And yesterday it actually was doing really well. I think that,
That's
yeah,
hilarious. You're basically buying at the money options now.
yeah,
Like not even 50% up, just straight up.
yeah, really, really close to at the money. And the reason I did this is I thought about it and I'm like, if you're buying something that is far out of the money, it needs to be at a far out date as well. And otherwise your chances are zero almost. I mean, you should be expecting like a 1% or 0.1% chance that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Whereas you buy at the money, and if you're correct in the direction, like with SPY, for instance, you don't even need to be correct in the direction very much. You need to be 0.5% of the SPY price. So it needs to go up, say, $2 or down $2, and you can literally like double your money if it goes in the direction that you expect. And I find that very compelling for SPY. So that's why if it's a option that expires very soon, then I'm going to buy at the strike price or at the share price or very, very close to it, and just betting on the direction that it's going to move in. And that way it can, yeah, you can have really good returns. Also, you have the chance to exit with relatively intact as well. You typically, you can see a 50% gain, but you're usually not losing all of your price within like a day either. So you're still able to sell these unless you have like a really bad 10% down day or something like that. So I'm also a little bit bullish over the next couple of days. I think that SPY will go up at the end of this week. And if it goes up by $2, so if it goes into the money, it crosses over the 296, I will sell this. And that's the plan there. That I want to take a like 50% gain on this, not a 5,000% gain.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So that's it. I mean, the only thing that performed okay was my Starbucks call. Other than that, I'm just waiting for some of these to go into earnings or to move in the direction I'm hoping they will move. But overall, I'm pretty comfortable for the next day at least. Yeah.
I have a question. When like, so I have a question. Pre movement, post movement, and stuff like that. So let's say that the overall change in stock price, right, each day.
Yeah.
It's a dumb question. I just sometimes get a bit confused by pre market price, post market price. Like that just dictates where it opens at, right? But it doesn't, like, you're still basing each day's change on the previous day's close.
Yeah. Yeah, because pre-market and post-market, these are not the actual exchange.
Oh, really?
It's a side exchange where where you're agreeing with people on a different platform to trade these once the market opens.
Oh.
So this like extended trading hours and whatnot, they're a different marketplace altogether, which is still valid. But you can see pre-market it's not trading on like the New York Stock Exchange. It's trading on the other thing. And while it's a nice indicator, it's like a completely different market altogether. So that's why you see that typically the stock will move towards the pre-market direction, but doesn't always have to. So that's what's really interesting about it. Because the major players don't play that other exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Actually, it was a pretty rough day. Just like sliding sideways, and what is it? It's like a chop shop, just chopping, ticking a little bit away from share value of everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not very many winners yesterday for sure. Well, are you planning on doing something today? Making
Um, I think I don't know. I think that I just need to be disciplined and just hold. It's a very different thing when you're talking about holding puts versus holding calls. Like, my inclination is to, I want to reposition my cash into other things. But what I think where I'm struggling a little bit right now is I think I was quite clear with the essential items play. I
Yeah.
knew what I was doing. Like Walmart didn't really pan out, but like Alibaba, JD, Walmart, I had a sort of like at least a hypothesis on like what was going to do that.
Yeah.
Moving forward, like I cannot, even though I believe that the stock market is not the actual economy, obviously, and I see that these stocks are undervalued, I'm really having trouble buying like hotel stocks
Yeah.
and TripAdvisor stocks and plane stocks and stuff like that. Like I don't know, you've bought some, but I'm really struggling to buy them. I just feel like even when travel opens up, I think people may not want to travel
Yeah.
that much. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I think that there's going to be quite a bit of consolidation in the industry soon. Um, like an airline like American Airlines, I actually may not hold on to this for very long because that's the stock I bought, and also as well that's like the call I bought. Because I don't think they have enough cash to get through this. Very likely they don't have enough, so they may have to go through a merger or go through a bankruptcy in order just to survive. So we'll see where it goes, but I don't think you're wrong to be really hesitant about a whole bunch of these companies. Like which ones have enough cash to weather this entire virus all the way is pretty low. I think it's, or maybe it's a half and half. A lot of them are going to go severely into debt just to stay alive as a company for the next 12 months. And I think you're right that a lot of people are not going to rush back in and want to go traveling again, at least for 2020. 2021, I can see people like that summer starting to open up and wanting to go. But this year, no one's going to travel. I mean, it's going to rebound 25% maybe, but I don't imagine it'll rebound 80% by the time the year's over. Like it just doesn't seem like it. I think that we've lost the entire summer season for like the North America and Europe, and that's prime tourist time for these countries, right? So I think they're going to be hit super hard. And business travel, I don't think that's going to rebound to 80% levels either.
Just do Microsoft Teams, just like do a video call, right?
Yeah. It's the new normal and much more efficient for companies. At some point, even the consulting firms and stuff are having to do all of their meetings via Zoom, no more travel, etc. And those are the high flying business travelers, right? The ones that stay in the really expensive hotels and book the business class tickets where all the money's made. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like they're going to rebound nearly as much very soon.
Yeah, so like I think it's all about picking your domains.
Yeah.
And what you just want to focus on. So like I'm looking at Facebook now. It's $230, right? I was playing with it at $180. why didn't I just hold? Because I was so I was so eager to cash out
Right.
early. But
We'll
I
never
think
feel
that,
bad about taking gains. Like,
yeah,
gains are gains.
yeah, that's true. So I think that maybe instead of trying to change like my hypotheses so often, at least for like, I think it's just about going through different scenarios about how this year will play out. I feel maybe I'm going to focus on e-commerce and entertainment, just these two things.
Yeah.
So, anecdote, Rocket is doing very well right now. People are buying a lot of sunglasses. It has to do with the opening up and everything, but maybe people's appetite for like discretionary items is increasing again.
So you saw like 1 month of no sales and now a month of great sales. Fascinating.
Amazing. Yeah. So if I wanted to capitalize on this, I would go back to, so I'm afraid of Chinese stocks now that like, I think Trump also is going to bash on everything China for the rest of the year to try to get reelected.
Yeah.
He's trying to paint everything about China as bad.
Yeah.
So no more, like if JD can rise, I'm going to sell, wash my hands and like just, but Shopify, Facebook, for entertainment, you cannot get away from Netflix, even though it's so over like bought and everything. It seems to me like Netflix is the only pure play streaming thing right now. Right? Yeah. Disney is affected by so many, like the parks and the studios and stuff, and those are probably not operational.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe these 4 companies. I was also thinking a little bit about AT&T because they own HBO, and HBO is launching a new streaming service.
Right.
But yeah, I think these 4 companies I'm going to like look very carefully at. Oh, and gaming.
Yeah.
So let me just. This is going to be like, at least for the next couple of next weeks, I'm going to be looking at these 3 sectors.
What would the value be right now if you bought a Facebook call, let's say when it was 180, like 3-month expiry? What would the value be? Can we just do that calculation? It's 230 today, right? So that's 50. Okay, so it's $5,000 then per option contract if you're able to hold that long. That's amazing. But that contract must be fairly expensive at the beginning, which is why it's hard to buy that contract. But still, what a beautiful gain if we had the foresight to do it, right? So today, where do we go? Where are all the gains going to be? Up to us to decide. Let's see how right we are.
Do it, yeah. Let's do it.
All right, guys, that is our show. Thank you for watching. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. We will see you tomorrow for another, hopefully not as depressing day.